Hi friends, today I have for you a super fun sequence to go through some of the warrior poses, and we'll start in child's pose. So bring your knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching, sending your hips back towards your heels, and reaching your arms out in front of you, letting your forehead come down to the mat. Just taking a few moments here to come to the present moment, bringing your attention to your breath, deepening your inhales and lengthening your exhales. Reach your left hand off the mat towards the left side, stacking your right hand on top, getting a stretch in the right side body, still trying to send your hips back towards your heels. Then bringing both hands back through center, bring your right hand off the mat towards the right side, stacking your left hand on top, moving the stretch to the left side body, sending those hips back, breathing here. Now bring both hands back to center. Take an inhale here and exhale out the mouth, sighing out. Another just like that, a big inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth, pushing out that last bit of air, sealing the lips together and switching to just breathing in and out through the nose if you can. Just taking a few more breaths here. And gently pressing yourself up to all fours, just coming to your hands and knees, stacking your shoulders over your wrist, really spreading your fingers wide, and getting your knees about hip width apart. Inhale, dropping your belly towards the mat, looking up, and then exhale, rounding the back, bringing your chin towards your chest. Inhale, creating a valley in your lower back. Exhale, chin to chest. And just keep these same movements going with your own breath, moving at your own pace, just waking up the spine. On your next inhale, come back to a neutral spine, and then bring your hands another palm distance up the mat, coming into down dog, tucking your toes under, lifting your knees, and sending your hips up and back. You can keep a bend in your knees here, pedaling one leg out at a time, just being gentle with the hamstrings as we warm them up. On your next inhale, take a look up at your hands and walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat, staying bent over in a forward fold. You can keep a slight bend in your knees here if you need. And just holding on to opposite forearms or elbows. You can sway side to side, decompressing your spine. Coming back to center, slowly roll to standing, letting your head be the last to come up. Bringing your hands to your hips and keeping that right foot planted at the top of the mat, charge your left foot back for warrior one, trying to square your hips towards the front of the mat as much as it feels comfortable in your body, lunging into that right leg, stacking your knee over your ankle, and reaching your arms up towards the sky, breathing here. Now bring your arms down to clasp your hands behind your back, squeezing your shoulder blades together, lifting your chest up towards the sky. If your shoulders are tight, you can use a strap or a belt or a towel to hold on to here, creating more space. Take an inhale here, and exhale, hinging from the hips, begin to lower your chest towards the inside of your right thigh. Letting your hands come up overhead or as far away from your hips as they'll comfortably go today. Making sure not to force it. You want it to feel good, just getting a gentle stretch in the shoulders and hips. Engaging your core, pulling yourself back up so you can open up for Warrior 2. You might need to adjust your stance here and open your hips to face this side of the mat. Reaching your arms out to your sides, creating a long line of energy from one hand to the other. Inhale here, and then flipping your front palm to face the sky. Exhale, reaching up and overhead for Reverse Warrior. Letting your left hand come to the back leg for support. Inhale back up to Warrior 2, and then exhale to side angle. Letting your right forearm come down to your right thigh. Your left arm reaches up and overhead. And you can stay just like this, or if you want to get a bit deeper into your hips, you can begin to bring that right hand to the inside of your right foot, or you can always place a block there for support. Just stacking your shoulders, reaching your left hand up towards the sky, just finding whichever variation feels best in your body today. Then coming into triangle, begin to straighten your front leg, bringing your right hand to your foot, shin, or thigh, wherever feels best, and stacking your shoulders, letting your left arm reach up, trying to spiral your chest towards the sky by pressing your hips forward and your top shoulder back. Let your left hand pull you back up to standing, bringing your hands to your hips and bringing that back foot in to shorten your stance, squaring your hips to the front of the mat. Inhale, standing up tall, and then exhale, hinging from the hips, begin to forward fold, bringing your hands down to the mat or your shins. You can keep a bend in the front leg if you need to, and just let your head hang down, relaxing, sending your breath to the back of your legs. From here, we'll transition to Warrior 3, a standing balance pose. So bring your fingertips to the top of the mat in front of you and begin to shift your weight to your front leg, sending your left foot up behind you. And you can stay balancing here with your fingertips on the ground, or you can bring one hand at a time to heart center, trying to bring your chest parallel to the ground. Slowly bring your left foot to meet your right, coming to standing, and bring your hands into heart center. Take a big inhale, and then exhale out the mouth. Bring your hands to your hips, keeping that left foot planted at the top of the mat, charging your right foot back for Warrior 1. Trying to square your hips towards the front of the mat as far as it feels good. And then lunging into your left leg, trying to get your knee stacked over your ankle, and reaching your arms up towards the sky, reconnecting with your breath. Now bring your arms down so you can clasp your hands behind your back, squeezing those shoulder blades together, lifting your chest. Again, you have the option to use the strap or towel to hold on to. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, begin to lower your chest towards the inside of your left thigh, letting your hands come up overhead or as far away from the hips as they'll comfortably go. And it's okay if your chest does not go to the inside of your thigh, you just want it to be going in that general direction. And engaging your core using your hands to pull you back up. Coming to Warrior 2. You might need to adjust your stance here, getting your hips open to face the side of the mat. Reaching your arms out to your sides, creating that long line of energy. And flip that front palm to face the sky. And then exhale, reaching overhead for Reverse Warrior. Letting your right hand come to that back leg for support. Inhale back through Warrior 2. And then exhale for side angle, bringing your left forearm down to your left thigh, letting your right hand reach up and overhead. And you can stay just like this, or take that other option to slide your left hand down to the inside of your foot, stacking that right hand up towards the sky, opening up the hips just a bit more. Then shifting into triangle, begin to straighten that front leg, bringing your left hand to your foot, shin, thigh, or wherever feels good. Stacking your shoulders, letting your right arm reach up towards the sky. Spiraling your chest open, pressing your hips forward and your top shoulder back. Then let your right hand pull you back up to standing, bringing your hands to your hips, bringing that back foot in to shorten your stance, squaring your hips to the front of the mat, and then inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, hinging from the hips, begin to forward fold, bringing your hands down to wherever they comfortably go. Again, you can keep a bend in that front knee, and just let your head hang down, relaxing into the stretch. Then playing with Warrior 3, the standing balancing pose again, begin to bring your fingertips to the top of the mat, shifting your weight to the front leg, and setting that right foot back behind you. Balancing here with your fingertips on the ground, or you can begin to play with bringing your hands up to your chest, trying to bring your chest parallel to the ground. And it's okay if you wobble or fall out, just try to get back into it. It'll come with time. Slowly bring your right foot to meet your left, coming to standing and bringing your hands into heart center again. Taking an inhale and then exhale out the mouth. Another inhale, sweeping your arms up overhead, letting your fingertips touch. Exhale, hinging from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, bringing your hands to your shins for a halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Exhale, forward fold, plugging your hands into the mat and stepping back to plank. Taking a few breaths here, really pushing your hands into the mat, engaging your core. Your whole body is strong and active. You got it. Just one more breath. And then bring your knees down to the mat, coming into child's pose and connecting with your breath. Slowly pressing yourself back up, crossing your ankles and coming to your seat. And extend your left leg out, bringing your right foot to the inseam of your left thigh. Really flexing that foot, activating the leg. Inhale, reaching your arms up overhead, lengthening through the spine. And then exhale, forward fold over that leg, letting your head relax down, breathing into it. And then coming back up so we can switch sides. So just extend your right leg out, bringing your left foot to the inseam of your right thigh, flexing that right foot. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, forward folds, relaxing over this right leg. Slowly coming back up, and then we'll prepare to lie back on the mat. So just coming down to your back and getting your feet flat on the mat about hip width apart. Reaching your right foot into the sky, flexing that foot like you're pressing it into the ceiling. And then crossing your right ankle over your left thigh, creating a figure 4. And you can stay just like this if this feels like enough of a stretch. Or you can start to invite that left thigh in towards your body, clasping your hands around your thigh, making sure to keep both feet flexed here to protect your knees. Bring your left foot back down to the mat, and then cross your right thigh all the way across to your left, like you're sitting with your legs crossed. And then shifting your hips towards the right slightly. Let both knees fall towards the left. Extending your right arm out towards the side, getting a gentle twist. Bring your knees back through center, uncrossing your right leg, getting both feet flat on the mat, and then reaching your left foot up towards the sky, flexing the foot, and then crossing your left ankle across that right thigh. Staying just like this if that's enough of a stretch for the hips. Or you can start to invite that right thigh in towards the chest, clasping your hands around your thigh, remembering to keep both feet flexed here. Bring your right foot back down to the mat, and then cross your left leg all the way across the right, shifting your hips slightly towards the left, letting both knees fall towards the right side, reaching that arm out towards the side, getting that gentle twist. Bring both knees back through center, uncrossing your legs. And then begin to pull both knees in towards your chest, wrapping your hands around your knees, giving yourself a little hug. And just taking a few breaths here, really pressing your lower back into the mat. Then coming into happy baby, begin to pull your knees in towards your armpits, reaching your feet up towards the sky. You can hold onto the insides of your feet or your ankles, making sure that you're keeping your ankles stacked over your knees. Slowly bring your thighs and knees back together, giving yourself another hug. Then whenever you're ready, extend both legs out so you're lying flat on the mat, getting your feet as wide as the mat, really taking up space here. Closing your eyes down. Coming into our final pose, shavasana. The most important pose of any practice. It's where you can really let all the good you've just done for your mind and body soak in. Take a big inhale through the nose and then exhale out the mouth. Just relaxing, melting down. Taking a few moments to be here with yourself and your breath. Gently bring both knees back towards your chest, wrapping your arms around you, and thanking yourself for taking time out of your day for some self-care and some self-love. And now, make your way back up to a seated position, sitting up tall, lengthening through the spine, drawing your shoulders down your back, and closing your eyes down. Bring your hands into heart center, pressing your thumbs into your chest. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, friend. I hope to see you on the mat again soon. Namaste.